Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're going to get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. So the first stock we're looking at today is Humbl on the daily time frame. And before we get into the stock chart, there was very nice news today that Humbl signed an agreement with Athletes First. And so essentially this is an NFT play to further increase that vertical. Signing this contract give them access to very large NFL players, a lot of athletes in the space that will have potential to then showcase themselves through an NFT form, which in turn will bring in a lot more other athletes and entertainers onto this platform. So I do think that is one of many deals that Humbl is going to have in this space that kind of leads to a domino reaction. And so I personally loved that deal because I do believe in the NFT space. And if you just look at what Humbl is about, they are a 3-web platform vertical, one being mobile payments, the other being ticketing, and the third being NFT. And so if you can dominate all of these, that would be absolutely golden. But to see progress happening in these at simultaneous points in time, very bullish for me. So great signing overall for Humbl. If we look at the share price, we got a nice back test of our 200-day SMA right here, and then we had a strong day to close the week. So this right here was extremely bullish. That does confirm for me that this was the bottom here on Humbl in the short term, and so we do expect brighter skies at this point. Our RSI did cool down a little bit. We have been accumulating here, you could see, and overall I do expect Humbl to get a back test of this 50. If we get back above this 50, I do think we will curl right back up and we will start our next leg up. But until we break past this level of resistance, we can't confirm the breakout just yet. We are still in a downtrend. However, I do think we did bottom and we will continue to rise, especially because there's a lot of good news that just keeps coming out of Humbl. They keep continuing to grow, they keep progressing, and they keep letting shareholders know that they are here to stay and to dominate a very new field. Next stock of the day, we're looking at WDLF on the daily time frame. So Social Life Network continues to get clobbered. We're down 10% today. I've been buying here at 0.01, 6, 7, and 8. So I'm very down on my position right now, but I am not sweating this at all. We finally got our back test of our 200-day SMA. This is the moment I was waiting for a very long time. And I do think now finally we could have seen the bottom here on Social Life Network. Obviously, I can't say anything for sure, but you can see our accumulation has started to curl up. This is extraordinary buying volume, and we have now a gap to fill to the upside. So I do think today was a great time to be loading up on WDLF. KenTap himself put up a tweet basically saying that this stock is worth way more. If you can't be patient enough to hold it, then you don't deserve the rewards. And so that's coming straight from the CEO's mouth. And so I already know what this company's about. I know what their future prospects are going to look like. And so I expect this stock to be over 25 cents a share at some point in time. And so again, I'm not going to put a time frame on it. I just know that it's going to happen, which is why I am just holding long and strong. We're ultimately just waiting for this back test on the 200. And so let's see if we can kind of consolidate in this range, get back on this uptrend, and start the next move up. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the 30-minute time frame. So IGEN was up slightly today. Crazy accumulation still. So this one has just been coiling up for a nice little run up. Monday has to be a green day for IGEN, and so that is a pretty much must see move. Reason why I'm saying that is because this pattern finishes out right here, and so our 50 is also dragging down and it could cross over our 200. So we want the price to actually break past this line on Monday, and so that would basically mean that we need the price action above a penny. So that is going to be a pretty large move to happen. If the Form 7 comes out either today, tomorrow, or on that Monday, and we get good news coming out, I do expect this one to close above a penny on Monday. That would mean that our 50 would bounce off this 200, and at that point I do think we would start the next move up. We have been consolidating in this range for a while. I can't really see IGEN going lower than this, especially after looking at the accumulation, because nobody is selling. We are just buying. So at a point in time, this has to play into our favor, and I do think that should happen on Monday. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ACDC on the 30-minute time frame. So up 4% today. And I do want to just remind y'all of this article right here, that EV battery tech ACDC enters exclusive agreement with Fairwater. And this was a couple days ago, so I am a little late on the news. Couldn't cover it right away for you guys. but this was actually very big news. If you guys want to read through this article, by all means you can. And so at the end of the day, this was another contract that ACDC is going to have to bolster its future prospects. And so when the stock is trading at a 200-day SMA, I would highly look at this stock again to see if you can find any sort of buying opportunity. If I'm looking at the accumulation over distribution, we still haven't really got a sign to buy in at this point. But I do think on a longer term basis, because of these agreements, at this point in time, ACDC is going to be a steal if you're looking at a long-term investment. If you plan on holding ACDC for the next 5 to 10 years, this is a steal of a price right now. And so that is just one thing to keep into consideration. This is not so much a swing play, but this is a long-term buy and hold play. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SEGI on the 30-minute time frame. So SEGI finally saw some green today. It has been getting destroyed, but keep in mind that the accumulation has been absolutely steady here for SEGI. So right now is the time to be going all in on SEGI. And yes, that is slightly sarcastic, but if you have those balls of steel to do a move like that, it wouldn't be the worst idea, because if we look at the accumulation at this point in time, it is the exact same as this point. And over here, we were trading at 10 cents. We were trading up here at around 13, 14 cents. And now we're at 2 cents. So if you just look at that divergence, it's very clear where SEGI will end up going in the future. If you are able to withstand the hold right now, you will be rewarded in the future. And so if you can get your hands on SEGI at this price, I would highly advise. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ALYI on the 30-minute time frame. So we were down today 1.79%. We're consolidating a longer 200-day SMA, but our accumulation has been quite steady. So if you are looking to get into ALYI, there's no reason to rush in just yet. Once you see the price action get above this 50 SMA is when I would personally be getting in for a trade. And so at that point, I would buy in. Once we break past this, we would have a run. I would sell at the peak of that run. And then when the price comes back down to back test the 50 SMA, that is when I would go long and strong on ALYI. So it's kind of a two-time play. You kind of trade it at the beginning, and then you go long and strong once you get the confirmation on the 50 SMA. Next stock of the day, we're looking at MJNA on the 30-minute time frame. So MJNA has actually been holding this uptrend line of support very nicely. We actually did close today below this point, so that didn't look good. Our distribution has still been going crazy. People have been selling MJNA rather than buying, and we have yet to see a backtest of the 200-day SMA. So if you have the patience to wait for MJNA, I've been saying that you want to buy once you break this level of resistance, but if you can catch MJNA on its 200-day SMA, that would actually be a very strong play as a short-term trade. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the 30-minute time frame. So HYSR is now back above its 50 SMA. It got its back test, and now it's actually very nicely above it. We've had strong accumulation the last couple of days on the news and the progression that they have made on their technology. So that was actually a great sign to see, especially for someone like me who likes to see a real product and likes to see real progression happening. So the fact that they actually have something going on now does make me a little bit more confident here in HYSR. Overall, I have no position in it just yet, but the price action actually looks very nice right now. It does look like we found a nice double bottom here, and it does look like we are starting to create higher lows. I do think HYSR might actually have a nice little run up here in the next couple weeks. Next stock of the day, we're looking at RDGL on the 30-minute time frame. So look how beautiful this price action has been on RDGL. We broke past this level of resistance. We never really got our back test. This right here could be classified as our back test. So when we got our price as low as we did, we had it come right back up, and you could see on our accumulation, people were buying the dip right there. So I'll mention again, RDGL at these levels is a buy. I do think that this stock, if gets approved, will eventually be over a $1, $2, $3 stock, but just in terms of that pre-anticipatory run, this could easily get back into the 20, 25, even 30 cents range. Next stock of the day, we're looking at STAF on the 30-minute time frame, and now STAF's starting to get very juicy right now. It's finally broken past this level of resistance. It has held it as support right now, and the next move is to get above this 50. Once it gets above this 50, this is going to be a strong options play that could ride out all the way up until this blue line, which is at around 81, 82 cents. And so STAF finally getting some good looks here overall. Down today though, 1.83%. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL on the daily time frame. So there should be no surprise here. Even though we were down 15% on SNDL, we had a gap to fill right here at $1.14. I do believe the price action will continue to go up from this point. I do think we did find our bottom here along our 200-day SMA. However, we do need the price action to settle down and kind of cool off. So don't be surprised to see SNDL get as low as this 50 SMA. If we get the back test on this 50 SMA, which I expect us to do, you can see we broke past it clearly. We never got the back test, so I do expect us to come back down, get a back test. If we get that bounce there, hop into SNDL for its next run up. There you guys have it. That was a quick little update on our explosive penny stock watch list. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.